All right, I am here with Crypto Rich. Crypto Rich, let's talk about what else? Crypto. Let's talk about crypto privacy, though, because we had a bumpy couple of weeks in crypto. I mean, that's par for the course, though. I mean, that's part of the game when you're dealing with this stuff. It's pretty volatile, but it's volatile in the right direction. You know, it's volatile, but it is volatile in the right direction. But definitely, I did see a trend in the privacy, I guess you would call it the privacy coins, the privacy tokens, Monero, Pirate Chain, and I know that you're in a sense you're a specialist on the privacy part of crypto, especially dealing with Pirate Chain. And if you want to talk about Monero, which is a little more well known as far as a privacy coin token blockchain. I think Monero is its own blockchain. If I'm not mistaken,
it's a coin. It's a coin, and Pirate Chain is a coin as well. So
okay.
For those who are watching, Alex, by the way, it's great to be on your show. I'm an avid listener, and of course, an avid listener and fan of the Duran. So thank you so much for having me on.
Well, let it go. Talk to us about the week that passed. Talk to us why you think there was an interest in investing in many of the privacy skewed, the privacy centric projects out there. Why do you think that was? Just sum up the past 2 weeks as to how you saw things.
Well, in the last couple of weeks, there has been an explosion in price for Pirate Chain. Now, for people who don't know, Pirate Chain claims to be the most secure and private of all the cryptocurrencies. And that's a mantle that up until fairly recently has been held by Monero, which is probably the largest privacy coin by coin market cap, by size of the market. There are a few other privacy coins that people will know about, Dash and Zcash and PivX and others like that. They're not private because they're not as private because they have options. You can either do transparency or invisibility. And when you have options, you reduce the privacy. And how you do that is if you think of, let's say there are 10 transactions on Zcash. Every hour there are 10 transactions, 10 transactions, 10 transactions, but only 2 of them are private. That the 8 of them are visible. So then what happens is over time, it's possible to, through data analytics, to track which amounts are going from which wallets to where. So it becomes possible for AI algorithms to work out what's in particular wallets and what's gone in and out of particular wallets. So that diminishes their privacy. Now with Monero, all the transactions are private. So you can't see anything on the blockchain, you can't track them. And what happens with Monero is if each wrist here represents a wallet. So this is my wallet on my right wrist. This is your wallet. And with Bitcoin, it just goes straight from one wallet to another, just straight avenue. Pretty much, and people can track the transaction. Same with Ethereum and Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, most of the private cryptocurrencies going. So then there's no financial privacy. If you want to send me some Bitcoin, Alex, I can then peep into your address and find out how much Bitcoin you've got. I can track to other addresses, which doesn't really work in the commercial world. So, if I want to pay for something with Bitcoin to a business, that business can then look into my wallet and know how much Bitcoin I have or don't have. Rivals can look into each other's wallets. So that's one of the problems with transparency. Then the other side of it is, so what happens with Monero is instead of it going along one track that can be observed, let's say I'm sending you 100 Monero. That 100 Monero is split up, I think, into 7 or 11, I can't remember, different transactions that go into these dummy wallets. So let's say 30 go into this one, 25 goes into this one, 10 into this one, 3 point something into another one, and so on. So it's obscured. And then from those dummy wallets, called ring signatures, it then reaches yours. So it's difficult to track. And then what you have with Monero is a much larger anonymity set, which if you think of a haystack, Monero has a small haystack. So it's easy to find the needle. And Monero's anonymity set is 11. So you can think you've got a needle amongst 11 pieces of straw. Pretty easy to find the needle. Pirate Chain uses different technology, and its anonymity set gets larger with each transaction. And Pirate Chain kind of works like this. There's a wallet over here, and there's a wallet over here. Nobody knows what has passed between them, if anything. It's just invisible, 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 invisible. So I can't look inside your wallet. You can't look inside mine. I don't know what's gone out or what's come in. No one knows. I don't know if you sent something to anywhere else and stuff. There's no data on the blockchain to analyze. Every single transaction is like that, apart from the one where it's mined. So it's a mined coin. It goes from the miner, which is a computer program that generates and creates Pirate Chain coins. And the ticker symbol for Pirate Chain is ARRR, pronounced R. So the anonymity set for Pirate Chain is over 350,000. So you've got 350,000 pieces of straw and one needle. And all the time, with every transaction, more straw is being added. So it's complete financial privacy, and it's fast. And the other thing about it, which you can come to, we won't come to this now, is that it can't be double spent. So what it means, the magic of blockchain, Alex, is you can't duplicate digital goods. So if you send me a PDF, I can copy it many times over. I can pass it around all over the place. You know, an MP3, a video, I can create many, many copies and off it goes. That won't work with money. So you got to find a way of transacting digital value that can't be copied and duplicated again and again and again ad infinitum. And how the legacy banking system does it is it's all enclosed. It's inside their system that they control, they own. So we are at the mercy of them. And that's also the case for the central bank digital currencies as they come about. What Satoshi Nakamoto invented with Bitcoin and with blockchain is a way of preventing digital coins being reproduced. So the one Bitcoin that I sent you, I can't then go and send that Bitcoin somewhere else. Now, a double spend attack happens when somebody takes over 51% of the computing power and then kind of is able to duplicate the coins because they're able to take charge of the blockchain. And then, you know, when double spend attacks happen, they take those coins, take them to the exchange, convert them to Bitcoin as fast as they can, and the money gone. And this happened very recently with a couple of privacy coins, one called Verge and another one, I think, Grin, which is also a privacy coin. So then people lose their money. The money gets devalued because all of a sudden you got more coins. With Pirate Chain, you can't do that because of its technology. It's completely resistant to 51% attacks. So it's completely secure and it's completely private. And we have going on in the world and rolling out more and more oppression, authoritarianism, loss of freedom and liberty, and more financial oppression. So I think more and more people are waking up to the power and the value of privacy cryptos. And in summer last year, for those that are familiar with the dollar vigilante, Jeff Berwick, and he's got a little substitute organization called the Crypto Vigilante. And I've interviewed Raphael from the Crypto Vigilante, and he's got a YouTube channel. I invite people to go and check that out. They spent 2 years researching Pirate Chain, really, really digging into it, the code, the project, how it works. You know, does anybody have a secret stash? Before they recommended it to their subscribers. Now, Jeff Berwick recommended Monero to his subscribers when it was pennies. And his subscribers are in for the long term. I don't know how many there are. There are many. And they value privacy. So in August, I think it was August last year, they recommend it. There was a bump up in the price. And they are long-term hodlers. And recently at Acapulco, which is their annual event where people get together, one of the Pirate Chain crew talked about Pirate Chain. Pirate Chain actually sponsored Acapulco. So then all these people who are into privacy and are long-term hodlers of Monero start looking at Pirate Chain, and they start accumulating Pirate Chain because also it's ridiculously cheap, even now compared to Monero. I don't know how much Monero is exactly, but it's in a couple of hundred.
It's like 300 something. It's like
$300. Yeah, while Pirate Chain this time last year was less than 20 pence, less than 20 cents or something. And now when I looked earlier, it was about $8, $9. Yeah. So they're moving in. And then as the price moves up, it rides up the cryptocurrency chart rankings, and more people notice. They begin to take notice. Monero aficionados, they look at Pirate Chain. I assume they add Pirate Chain to their portfolio as a hedge. Why not? It's really, really cheap and secure and private. So it has a steamroller effect, and it grows and it grows and it grows. And then there's more YouTubers. I've been covering it. It launched in August 2018. I've been covering it since September 2018. Nobody knew about it. But now if you go to YouTube, you'll find loads of videos on Pirate Chain. I won't come up at the top because I'm shadow banned. Thank you, YouTube.
I know the feeling.
That's right. Even though I've covered it the most, I'm actually one of the crew. So I'm a first mate on the good ship Pirate Chain. We did no fundraise. So we didn't ask people, send us your Bitcoin, we'll launch this. There was no fundraise. There's no team dev fund. So there's no fund. There's no secret stash of Pirate Chain that's kept for the team. There's no foundation behind it or anything. We're all volunteers. Nobody gets paid. Really, I promise you, nobody gets paid, right? I'm just fortunate I got in early. And it's completely decentralized. They just launched the code. It's a mineable coin. People started mining it and then started promoting it. So that's Pirate Chain.
So, I mean, get back to why you think there was an explosion in the price of Pirate Chain and Monero as well, because Monero went up as well. What do you think were the dynamics the last couple of weeks when everything was going down? I mean, everything went down maybe 15 to 25%, but Monero and Pirate Chain were trending up. I mean, were people like freaked out about, say, I don't know, I'll just take an example, Biden's capital gains tax, or the fact that you have a digital yuan being launched, or the actions taken in Turkey, for example. Do you think these types of effects had people saying, you know what, maybe I should take a look at some privacy-based coins, because you never know what the powers that be may do to say the more mainstream, the more non-privacy type of tokens.
Yep. No, absolutely. I think the fundamental factors, what I think is in play. So one is we have a bull run caused by Bitcoin's halving, which happens a year and a half after the amount of Bitcoin being released every 10 minutes halves. And the next one will be, I think, about 3 years' time in 2024. So a year and a half or so after the halving, which was 2020, the price starts going up, and it usually goes up for about a year. And that's been true of Bitcoin ever since it was created. So and then Bitcoin drives the whole market. So there's all this money moving into Bitcoin. And there's another pattern with Bitcoin, which is the last few months or so. Bitcoin goes up in value for the first half of the month. Then around the half of the month, it drops in value in anticipation of expiry on the last Friday of the month. So big investors start letting go of their holdings. So that can draw the market down. And then, of course, there are occasional black swan events like the Turkish government, like Biden's tax hike. Because if you're a large player and you're going to evade taxes, I'm not recommending people do, then Bitcoin, there are mechanisms for tracking movements of Bitcoin, and they're not going to track someone who's moving, I don't know, 1/10 of a Bitcoin, but someone who's moving, I don't know, couple of thousand Bitcoin from one wallet to another. I imagine the tax agencies and the intelligence agencies are going to be interested in those kind of movements, and they're apparent and visible on the blockchain. And you can, somebody could go into Coinbase, buy 500 Bitcoin or 1,000 Bitcoin, move them to another wallet, and Coinbase has to release that information to the IRS. And then they're able to track, okay, it was in this account, and this is the holder of this account, and what they did is they sent it to their account, and that's the wallet address, and then the IRS can chase them up. So it may be that big players are like, okay, these new taxes are coming, we don't want to pay them, we'll move into privacy coins. Then, of course, what happened in Turkey, the government's getting strict, and there's always, for months, there's conversation about India banning cryptocurrencies. See how that goes, because they haven't been able to stop BitTorrent file sharing. See how they'll be able to stop cryptocurrencies. And then also the Chinese yuan, which I find particularly, what's the right word? Spooky, terrifying, oppressive. Because for those that don't know, I'm sure, Alex, you know this, right? But it's a blockchain coin, but it's closed blockchain. It's programmable money. Like Ethereum is programmable money. So you can give it instructions to fulfill certain tasks. So I get paid 100 yuan. And then if I don't spend it today, that 100 yuan is going to be 95 yuan tomorrow and 90 yuan the day after, to incentivize people to spend money. But then what that means is I can't save the money. And then if I spend it with you in your shop, they might be like, well, we don't really want you to spend it in Alex's shop, so we're going to penalize Alex so that it's going to lose value, so that Alex gets rid of it. But we do want that money, that one, to be spent in a government-sponsored outlet or one of the large corporations that's supporting the government by formal means or informal means. So then it doesn't lose so much money, so much value. So then I spend it so it doesn't lose value. The corporation gets to keep it at full value. Great for them. Then if I were to do something as rebellious and revolutionary and disagreeable as turning up on the Duran or having them on my channel or coming on your channel, and the government doesn't approve, then they can extract the money. They can fine me a little bit. If I donate to a cause that they don't support, they can fine me a little bit. If they think I've not paid enough tax, they can take it straight away. If I am charged a fine, they can take it before I have a chance to appeal or regardless of the appeal. That's what central bank digital programmable money will allow people to do. So then what you've got, people have it on their smartphones and they use it all the time, because WeChat, everybody pretty much uses WeChat in China to make payments. And then I think what's going to happen is there's going to be an alternative system that people are going to create, that they're going to use, that's going to be outside of the formal economy. And that's going to be blockchain, and in particular, privacy-focused cryptocurrency projects. And not just currencies, a decentralized VPN that governments can't control. It's outside of their regulatory framework. Decentralized web hosting, so you can't shut down a website. Decentralized vlogging platforms like Odyssey and BitTube that are censorship resistant. And then people, I imagine, will be circulating with cryptocurrencies in that decentralized cryptocurrency sphere. Yeah,
I agree with that. And I see VPNs, I believe it's Orchid. Is it Orchid? That's a decentralized VPN. You mentioned Odyssey. Of course, you have projects like Theta, which is also a decentralized video platform. So there are stuff, they're making moves in this space. I could definitely see where the privacy pirate chain coin fits in very, very nicely. Wrapping up the video,
Alex, before we finish up, I just want to say something. I don't know much about Orchid. The one that I do know about is Sentinel.co. I'm connected to them. I featured them loads on my channel. And that is a fully peer-to-peer decentralized VPN. I think Orchid is at institutional funding.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm just saying which ones come to mind. Yeah, I'm not promoting any of these projects. I'm just saying whichever ones come to mind. Theta as well is backed by Google, but it's blockchain, but it is backed by Google. But anyway, it just shows that there are people thinking around this space, both big companies as well as independent teams that aren't associated with the Googles or the Silicon Valley guys. I mean, people are poking around at what essentially is Web 3.0, a new web, a new internet, that it is being built around blockchain. So, I mean, yeah.
As a gift to people, I want to let them know, if you go to Android, your Android app, and I think also iOS, and you download the Velocity VPN, it's a decentralized VPN. It's free. It's a free decentralized VPN. Also, the Sentinel VPN, and their website is sentinel.co, is a decentralized VPN that works on Android and on desktops. And that's free currently. And later on down the line, people are going to have an opportunity to earn passive income with the Sentinel DVPN.
Yeah, I mean, I use Presearch, which is a decentralized search. It's really cool, but it lets you earn passive income by searching.
Yes,
blockchain.
Yes, and that's right. We have blockchain is going to set us free.
Yeah, presearch.io, I think. Anyway, I'm not plugging anything. I'm just saying that there's a lot of different ways that not only can you get out of the clutches of Silicon Valley, but you can actually even earn passive income by doing stuff that you already do. Brave browser is probably one of the most well-known. By using the Brave browser, you know, you accumulate the BAT tokens every now and then. Or you can have a site that can accept BAT, and there you go. And then that's the Brave browser. So there's a lot of different things in this space. It's really exciting, but not investment advice, everybody. Not investment advice. Crypto Rich, from 20 cents to, let's say, $9 Pirate Chain. Do you think it's going to be heading the way of Monero, or how do you see it going forward?
I don't know if it'll ever be, if one Pirate Chain coin, one R coin will ever equal one XMR. And that's because Pirate Chain is a much, much larger supply. But nevertheless, cryptocurrencies can be very, very surprising. If you'd have said to me, 8 years ago or something, you get a Bitcoin, which was going for a couple of dollars, and it will be nudging $65,000 in a few years' time. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So who knows, right? And I think it is going to go much, much higher. It's going to go much, much higher because of fundamental reasons, because it's great tech, because people want to preserve their privacy and their financial security. And there's just so much room for it to grow. So, I would invite people to check it out, have a look, and don't put in any more than you can afford to lose. Do not sell your wife, children, house, underpants, and everything else to buy cryptocurrencies.
Yeah. Not investment advice. Crypto Rich, where can people find you? Where can people plug into your channel? What's the URL? What's the name? Where are you at?
If you search for Crypto Rich, I'm on YouTube. That's my main channel, despite the shadow ban. Alex, I'll send you the links so you can have them below. I'm also on BitTube. I'm also on Odyssey and Library. And you can find me on Twitter. And you can join my official Telegram announcements channel. And I do focus on particular privacy projects.
Yeah, I think privacy is going to be a very big space when it comes to cryptocurrency.
And by the way, if people don't know, I regularly have Alexander and Tom Luongo together on my channel.
Yep. Great. Check out the channel with, and you guys talk about more financial stuff.
Financial, political, economic.
Cool. Awesome. Crypto Rich, thank you very much, guys. Take care.